Hello 7th graders, welcome back to Mr. Kendrick's Online Math. This video is a review of dividing decimals. Make sure you turn your math notebook to the next blank page and write the title, Dividing Decimals, and as well as these 5 notes in your math notebook. Before we get started, I want to make sure that we highlight these words over here. When we are dividing numbers, the number that we are dividing or breaking down is called the dividend, and the number that we are dividing by is called the divisor, and the answer that we get is called the quotient. Okay, go ahead and pause the video here. Make sure you get these notes down in your math notebook. Okay, here we go. Our first example here is 2.072 divided by 5.6. Now, if we're looking at our notes here, we need to make sure that we move the decimal in the dividend the same number of spaces that we move it in the divisor. Okay, so in our divisor, first we want to make a whole number. Okay, so if we have, in this situation, it is 2.072 divided by 5.6. Okay, now here we always want to divide by a whole number. In order to do that, we can move the decimal place one place to the right, so we get 56. If we do that same thing in the dividend, we change the number that we are dividing into 20.72. Okay, now when you get to this point, you are able to divide. We want to make sure that we bring that decimal point straight up into our answer, so it's going to be right there. Alright, let's see how this will look. I'm going to rewrite the problem over here so it's a little bit neater. We have 56 going into 20.72. We have 56 as our divisor, 20.72 as the dividend, and we are seeking our quotient. So first we need to look 56 going into 20. Well, 56 is bigger than 20, so it's not going to go in there. So we need to try 207. So I'm going to do some guess and check here, and I'm going to try 3. 56 times 3. Okay, this is me showing my work, which is very important when we're working in math. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 168. Alright, if we added another 56, it would be more than 207, so I'm going to go with 3. Okay, now it didn't go into 20, so the 3 is going to go right above the 7. And I already did the math, so we got 168. And if we subtract 7, take away 8, we can't do that, so we need to borrow. We can't borrow from the 0, so we got to go all the way over here to this 2, change it to a 1, to a 10, and then borrow from there, so it'll be a 9, and this will be a 17. So we can subtract 17 minus 8 will be 9. 9 minus 6 will be 3, and 1 minus 1 will be 0. Okay, so now we have 39, and we can bring down that 2. And now we need to figure out how many times does 56 go into 392. 392 is close to 400, and I know 56 or 50 times 8 would be 400, so I'm going to guess, I'm going to try 6. 56 times 6, and we get 36, carry the 3. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. Okay, that would work. So, but I think we might be able to get another one, another group of 56 in there. So I'm going to try 7. So 56 times 7, and 6 times 7 is 42. So I'm going to put the 2 here, carry the 4. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 4 is 39. Perfect. So 39 56 goes into 392 7 times. Okay, and then I already did the math, so that'll be quick there, and we can subtract. Our answer will be 37 hundredths, or 0.37. Okay, so make sure you got this example down in your notes, and then we'll have you try a few on your own. Okay, first one, 0.832 divided by 2.6. So 0.832 is the dividend, and 2.6 is the divisor. Okay, now I'm going to move this over to get a whole number, and I need to do the same in the dividend. So now I will have 26 going into 8.32. I want to make sure I bring up my decimal here. Okay, 26 doesn't go into 8, but does 26 go into 83? I'm going to try guess and check 3 times. So 26 times 3, that'll give me 18. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 78. And going into 83, that's pretty close, so I'm going to use 3. We got 78. Alright, now we can subtract. We can't take 8 away from 3, so we need to borrow. So this will be a 7. This will change to 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. And 7 minus 7 is 0. So we have 5 left. We can bring down the 2. Now 26 going into 52. I know 25 times 2 is 50, and so I'm going to try 2. 26 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And we got our answer, 52. And that'll be 52. And then we can subtract. Alright, so 0.832 divided by 2.6 is 0.32, or 32 hundredths. Alright, next one. We got 3 divided by 1.5. So 1.5 is our divisor, and 3 is our dividend. Okay, now I'm going to make this 1.5 into a whole number. So I'm going to slide it over, and that's going to become 15. I need to do the same in this in the dividend, and there's always an invisible decimal in a whole number. Okay, and if we move that over, it becomes, from 3 it changes to 30. So now we have 15 and 30, and we can quickly say 30 divided by 15 is 2, or 15 times 2 will give us 30. So that one was quick and easy. So 3 divided by 1.5 is 2. Alright, last two. We got 0.882 divided by 2.1. So we got 0.882 as the dividend and 2.1 as the divisor. Okay, I'm going to make this divisor a whole number, so I'm going to move it to the right one spot. I need to do the same in my dividend, and so now we got 21 going into 8.82. I want to make sure I bring that decimal place up there. 21 can't go into 8, but how about 88? 21, I'm going to say 4. 21 times 4 will give you 84, so that'll work. So 21 times 4, and remember, it can't go into that 8, so it needs to be behind the decimal, so we'll put that 4 here, and we'll get 84. And that will leave us with 42. And now we know we can divide. How many times does 21 go into 42? Well, 20 times 2 is 40. plus those singles would be 2. So 42, 21 times 2 is 2 and 4. Alright, so there's our answer. .882 divided by 2.1 is 0.42. Last one, we got 4.8 divided by 0.12. Okay, now this one, in order to get it to a whole number, we have to move it to the right 2 times. So that would be 1, 2, become 12. And now we have to do the same to our dividend. And remember, when we have a decimal, it could be zeros that go on forever. But we can move this 4.8 to the right 2 times. 1, 2. And now we have 12 and 480. Okay, so now does 12 go into 4? No, it does not. I need to bring that decimal place up. Okay. How about 48? Does 12 go into 48? 12 times, let's try 4. And we have 8 and 4. So it goes perfectly into 48. So I'm going to put 4 up here above the 8. And that would be 48. Okay, so now our answer, we have 0 down here. And if we bring this 0 down, we have 0 as well. So our answer is done, but is 480 divided by 12 only 4? No, 48 divided by 12 is 4, but 480 divided by 12 would be 40. So make sure you can multiply that number by 10 to get to 480. So our answer would be 40. So 4.8 divided by 0.12 or 12/100ths is 40. Hopefully this review helped, and please email me with any questions if they come up.